As per the last review I did the Star Trek official Starships collection magazine and model partwork. I'm going to do another one, which is the NCC-1701 U.S.S Enterprise Refit from Star Trek the Motion Picture. Probably one of the best designs of Starship they've done. I just love this design. Probably the most realistic of all the designs that they've done over the years. 1979 this movie came out, Star Trek the Motion Picture. So yeah, again, similar sort of setup. Magazine, brief things about the ship. I'll go through them in a moment. Register number 1701, Constitution class Refit, constructed San Francisco Fleet Yards, launched 2271, destroyed 2285. I think that's wrong. Sorry, no, it's not. It's right, because it was refitted from the original 1701. 305 metres, 21 decks, crew of 450, top speed of warp 8, weapons, 9 dual phaser arrays, 3 photon torpedo launchers. I think that's wrong as well. No, it's not, no. And the captains are Willard Decker, James T. Kirk, and of course Spock. Again, you've got a nice CG render, and I think that's from the Star Trek the Motion Picture Director's Edition DVD. Again, a brief sort of interlude about the ship. Notable sort of missions there. You've got Star Trek the Motion Picture, because that's the CG render of the one of the new shots they added. That's Star Trek II The Wrath of Khan, because you're the Reliant there, and then Mutara Nebula. Then you've got Star Trek 3, etc. Spock, in which the Enterprise itself gets destroyed. Shows you dry dock. In the movie, they did a really long pan out flyby of the Enterprise in space, just teasing you to what it looks like for a long time. Yeah, it's not too bad. Again, you get the really nice specifications. Again, pointing out the notable things, such as the main bridge, phaser arrays, buzzard collectors, warp nacelles, all that sort of stuff. Again, designing the refit, because we can see there's the original Enterprise, or rather the Star Trek Phase 2 Enterprise. Yes, I'm going to go into that for a moment. Star Trek, after the original series, after 3 seasons, was cancelled, right, because of poor ratings. Then in because the show did at, I think, about 8 or 9 o'clock on a night, the way that getting that many viewers, because back in the 60s, you only had one television in the house, right, and everybody would watch television, and that time kids would go to bed. And anyway, after the initial run, in about 1971, 72, they started showing it again, and a decent hour. They showed it in syndication on different channels had it, but they started showing it round about tea time, and people would be, as families, sitting down and watching it, and the Nielsen ratings did fantastically well. They thought, actually, there's money in this, people are willing to buy it, people are willing to watch it, because then that's when a lot of the merchandise came out, and Paramount went, actually, you know what, let's make another series, and we'll dub it Phase 2, and they redesigned the Enterprise slightly for that show. However, late 70s, a little movie came out called Star Wars, and they decided to do a movie rather than a TV series. So even though the sets had been built, people had been cast, uniforms had been made, costumes had been made, episodes had been written, they had to quickly scramble around and make it into a film. So yeah, they redesigned it slightly. As you can see there, preliminary designs. You can also see kind of the Enterprise D happening there, sort of thing. So because Andrew Probert designed this as well as the Enterprise D. So you can see there, they've done some preliminary looks of the redesigning the impulse engines, and of course that's the one we went with. Redesigning the torpedo launcher there. Redesigning the layout of the ship, it's pretty cool. And then filming the miniature, a model kit. I think that's from Star Trek 2 actually. Yes, it is, because you can see the damage on there from Cannes. Yeah, it just goes into a bit of detail of how they filmed it, you know, how big the actual model was. And then on screen, again, a bit of trivia. First appearance, motion picture. Last appearance, Star Trek 3 Etc. Spock. Designed by Matt Jeffries, Robert Andrew Probert and Richard Taylor. Doug Trimble, Harold Michelson, Mike Miner and Joe Jennings. So yeah, pretty good. Again, another good magazine, you know, some nice detail in there, and a nice picture of the Enterprise 1701 on the back there. Now, onto the ship itself. I have to say, a little bit disappointed. I've just thrown the magazine down because I need it. Yeah, again, similar sort of setup. You get the model and you get a nice stand. Again, of course, they designed each stand so that, you know, they can hold the individual ships quite nicely. Again, on the bottom it gives you the whole 1701 and all the rest of it. Now, a little bit disappointed with this one. Little bit disappointed. There it is. Not too bad, the actual design of it itself, but the colour is more of a sort of a battleship grey kind of colour, and it should be more of a whitish, sort of an eggshell white colour. The name and the register number is awful. I have to say, it's in the wrong place for one thing. It's too small for what it is. The U.S.S Enterprise is... Shut up. U.S.S Enterprise is fine. I mean, see, look. That's how it should look. I mean, they've got the actual reference photos there, right? That's how it should appear. But that's how it actually appears. There we go. Yeah, it's a little bit off. There's no Aztecing on this saucer. As you can see here, there's a lot of Aztecing on it. Not so much on this one. They've missed the 1701 Enterprise there, which is a bit of a shame. What else have they done? There's an obvious gap in the saucer there where they put it together. That register number is too small as well. All these are blue, which they shouldn't be. They should be blue on the inside and black on the outside. The front of the nacelles are blue and they should be black. I think they've tried to make it look like the JJ Booby Prize, but there you go. Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed with this one. A little bit disappointed. And there's a glaring gap there where they've glued it together. Yeah, they could have done so much more with this one. It seems like this one's very lacklustre. It just seems like this is the prototype and they've just not gone for any further than that. I mean, like I say, you've got the reference photos here. That's how it should look. You know, it's a beautiful design ship. I mean, don't get me wrong, the actual dimensions of it are perfect. You know, the nacelles are perfect, the star drive's perfect, none of this flatness here. You know, it's just generally well put together, but unfortunately, it's just, you know, the register number under there is a bit off. It should be a little bigger. See where these lines are here, there, across there, and across there. The end should be just slightly bigger, and it should just be, it should start about here where my finger is, and read over there. So the one should be just slightly behind this line there. So again, you know, I might just be nitpicking, but like I say, I'm a little bit disappointed with this magazine. Not the magazine's great. I mean, again, there you can see where the register number should go, as I was trying to point out. It's just slightly over that line there. But yeah, it's slightly disappointing, this one. I'm really slightly disappointed with it. But, you know, what can you do? I mean, compared to how good this one was, I mean, you've got, you know, like I said, a 9 from this one. This is definitely a 5, right? In one issue. So, I'm, like I said, just a tad disappointed with that. I'm just hoping that when they do the Defiant, because that's the ship I really want, issue 9, I think the Defiant is, it'll be awesome. But I mean, other than that, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. I might paint this to make it look more right, make it look more accurate. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. I can get probably the decals and just, like I said, just paint it up and make it look a bit better. So that's me. That's the Enterprise 1701 refit done, and I will catch you all later. Bye for now.